All right, here we go. Danger in Dorwinion, side 1A, a city in turmoil. Set up. Set each plot objective and each cultist enemy aside, out of play. Each player searches the encounter deck for a different location. Add it to the staging area. One of them must be side street. Shuffle the encounter deck. All right, this is an awesome quest because we have these 3 cultist enemies and these 3 plots, and you never know which one you're going to have to face when you play. So it offers all kinds of combinations, and it makes for a very fun and very replayable quest. Very well done. This is extremely fun. Okay, let's take a look at Side Street. Side Street is a 3-threat location. City, 3 progress needed. While Side Street is in the staging area, progress cannot be placed on other locations in the staging area. To travel there, shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. And then we're going to discard cards until a location is discarded. Add that location to the staging area. So some location heavy stuff going on here. So if you have any sort of player cards interactive locations, this would be a good quest for it. Okay, let's take a look at side 1B. It's going to be 5 progress needed. And then it says, forced, after the active location leaves play as an explored location, place 1 resource here. This stage cannot be defeated unless there are at least 2 resources here. So we got to explore 2 active locations. Okay, hero lineup. We got a new hero with us. It's Radagast, old bird poop head himself. 11 threat, lore, 2/2/3/4. Istari. You may use resources from Radagast's pool to pay for creature allies of any sphere, and then response, after you play a creature card. Radagast does not exhaust a quest this round. We are also bringing Grimbeorn the Old, 11 threat, tactics 0/3/3/5, Beorning, warrior, sentinel, response. After Grimbeorn the Old defends an enemy attack, spend 1 resource from his pool to declare him as an attacker against that enemy, and you resolve that attack. The defending enemy gets -2 defense for the attack. And then our splash hero to give us our willpower and lower threat is Eowyn, 9 threat, 4/1/1/3. Rohan Noble, setup, reduce your threat by 3. Action, raise your threat by 3 to ready Eowyn. She gets +9 attack until the end of the phase, limit once per game for the group. All right, awesome. So this is a creatures deck, mostly eagles. I do have some Beorning stuff in here, but I'm looking for Radagast staff so I can put eagles into play and get some effects from them. I also need to worry about my threat. This quest really raises your threat. So I have the Woodman's Clearing. I'm hoping to get Gandalf in and out of play a couple times to drop my threat. And I'm also just hoping to beat this thing before my threat becomes an issue. If I can beat it quickly, that would be best. And that is usually how I win, is a quick win. And if I have to sit around for too long, I lose. So I'm hoping to establish a board state and beat this quest as fast as possible. Aww, the loyal hound. He's a good boy. That's a good boy. All right, Daron's Runes. A-Rod, some location management there. Guahir, expensive. The Warden of Healing. Eagles of Misty Mountain. Nope, no good. That is no good. I had no Radagast staff. I didn't have Meneldor. I couldn't get an eagle in on turn 1. No good. I did not like that hand at all. So let's give the deck a good shuffle. And yeah, I have Word of Command as well. That helps you find any card you want. So I have a pretty good chance of getting Radagast staff on turn 1. There we go, Radagast staff right there. So got it. And there's Word of Command, which also helps me find stuff. There's Meneldor. This is looking great. We got Flight of the Eagles. That's awesome. And Daron's Runes. And oh, my single copy of the Beorning Skin Changer. He's awesome. So once he's in play, you can discard him to pull a Beorning ally from your discard pile or in your hand, and this quest does have a card that makes you discard all your allies from your hand. So any cards you have that let you yank allies out of your discard pile is a good one. All right, we're starting at 28 threat, resources across the top. Guahir is also good because Guahir pulls eagles out of your discard pile. So I like having that Beorning Skin Changer here, hoping to get him in play. Let's start the game. I drew A-Rod, so I know exactly what I'm doing. On turn 1 here, I'm going to spend 2 resources to put in this Radagast staff. I'm going to hold on to Daron's Runes, because if I lose all my allies, I want to be able to play Daron's Runes to get some cards back in hand. So Radagast staff is awesome. It costs 2, and then you can exhaust it to reduce the cost of the next creature ally by 2. You can ready a creature ally, or you can send a creature engaged with you back up to the staging area. Now we're going to put in Meneldor. Costs 3, quests for 2, 2 attack, 1 defense, 2 hit points. Those are amazing stats. And then after he enters or leaves play, place 2 progress on a location. How cool is that? That is an amazing ally. So we'll put 2 progress right there. Because we played a creature ally, Radagast will not exhaust the quest. And like I said, we're trying to get through this fast. So let's get that 5 progress on the quest. So there's 2 more, and there's 4. So we're sending 8 against 3. And we get, yep, there it is, disappearances. So when revealed, each player discards all ally cards from their hand. If we can't, Doom 2. Well, that really sucks because I have to discard the Skin Changer, who I was going to use to pull other allies out of my discard pile. But that is why we did not play Daron's Runes. So I have that to help me draw some more cards. We make a lot of progress. We make our 5. So we've made that. Now we can travel. And when we travel to a side street, we discard cards until we get another location after we shuffle the discard pile back in. So that really stinks because we're putting that disappearances right back in. That's a nasty treachery. It is a real bummer. So you got to be careful what decks you bring to a quest with that treachery in it. All right, discard until we get a location. Enemy, treachery, enemy. There we go, location. Okay, this one actually isn't that bad. So it's the City Forum. It's 1 threat, 5 progress. It gets +1 threat for each resource. And then when a location is explored, not the active, any location is explored, you place 1 resource there. And then to travel there, you raise your threat by the number of resources on it. All right, well, no combat, so that's pretty cool. So let's raise our threat and ready everybody. And then we'll go into the next round. First round is usually pretty easy. You have a round to build up. Ooh, we did get an ally. It's the Descendant of Thorindir. Not really that useful right now because when this eagle enters play, it does damage to an enemy in the staging area. So let's play Daron's Runes. We're going to draw 2 cards, and then we have to discard a card from our hand. We get 2 free lore cards, the Woodman's Clearing and Eorith. I'm going to want to put both of those into play. That is healing and threat reduction. So what am I going to get rid of? I don't want to get rid of my searching my deck card, so I think it's got to be A-Rod. So A-Rod is going to go away. That's just a one of those. It's a nice card to get in play, but I'm not going to worry about keeping that card. Okay, so let's attach the Woodman's Clearing to this active location, and when it's explored, we'll get to reduce our threat by 3, and then let's also put Eorith into play, and we can spend a lore resource, exhaust her, and heal up to 3 damage on a character. Okay, now let's have some eagles fly around. So we are going to play Flight of the Eagles. It costs 0. You return an eagle ally to your hand to shuffle a set-aside Eagle of the North into the encounter deck, and then you remove Flight from the Eagles from the game. So we're going to pull Meneldor back into our hand, and because he's leaving play, he's going to put 2 progress somewhere. Let's put those 2 progress on the City Forum because we don't want to explore the active location since that'll increase the City Forum's threat. And then we're going to grab this Eagle of the North. It's an amazing ally. It gets shuffled into the encounter deck, and it has Surge. So when this ally is revealed, we're going to Surge, and we're also going to get to claim it. So that is great. It also has no shadow effect, so that's nice if he comes up as a shadow because you don't get an effect, but we are really hoping to somehow reveal this Eagle of the North. And the really good thing here is I can play Meneldor again. So we'll exhaust Radagast's Staff, we will spend 1 resource, and Meneldor will come back into play, placing 2 more progress on the City Forum. So that was a good example of what you can do with this Eagle deck. It's really fun to have these things flying around, doing all kinds of benefits from coming in and out of play. All right, let's try to clear this active location. Shouldn't be a problem. So Radagast, once again, does not exhaust. So I send 4 against 1. If I don't send Éowyn, maybe instead I'm going to keep Meneldor up and I will send Éowyn. Okay, there we go. 6 against 1, and the card we reveal is, oh, okay, great. It's evidence of the cult. It's a clue. It's going to be guarded by an enemy. The attached enemy gets +1 threat, attack, and defense. But then when evidence of a cult is free of encounters, it gets added to the victory display, and then we place 1 resource on the main quest, and the first enemy to get discarded was the rune Backstabber. Man, I don't know why, but that art gives me the heebie-jeebies. All right, he's 28 engagement, 2/3, 2/3. Easterling, forced, after it engages you, we either have to raise our threat by 2, or we discard an ally with a cost of 2 or more. That's another reason an eagle deck is good, because you can discard an eagle and put it underneath an Eagles of the Misty Mountain or something. Alrighty, we made enough progress to clear the active location, so we will get to drop our threat by 3 thanks to the clearing, and we get to place a resource on the main quest. 1 to go. All right, let's travel to the forum. It did get a resource on it, so I have to raise my threat by 1 to travel there. Let's see if I can balance all that. There we go. So 1 threat. So we just dropped by 3, and we went back up by 1, and then I would really rather not discard Meneldor since I don't have a good reason to. So I am going to raise my threat by 2. So the Woodman's Clearing basically made those 2 effects basically not happen. So net result of 0. Because of the clue, this guy is attacking for 4. Grimbeorn will defend for 3. And the shadow is nothing. Okay, so Grimbeorn will take 1 damage. And then I'm going to trigger Grimbeorn's response. So spend a resource, declare him an attacker. And Grimbeorn is basically going to be able to do 2 of the 3 damage needed because the Backstabber has +1 defense. And I could kill him with Radagast and Meneldor. But I would rather place the resource from freeing the clue on the next quest stage. So I'm going to leave it like this. Plus, I also have Word of Command, and I want to use Word of Command. So you spend 1 lore resource, exhaust an Astari character, and now I get to look at my entire deck and pull out a card, and the card I want to pull out is Raiment of War. So let me find that. Raiment of War is amazing on Grimbeorn. So it's a 2-cost tactics attachment, item, armor, weapon, attached to a warrior character, counts as both restricted attachments, and then the attached character gets +1 attack, defense, and +2 hit points. So obviously that's amazing to go on a guy who is defending and attacking. So that boosts him in every way I would want to. Okay, so now I have that, and we are going to go into the next round, and I just need to clear this active location, which will send us into the next stage. And oh my goodness, that's great. So we get the Winged Guardian. So he costs 2, defends for 4, 1 hit point, and then after he defends, you need to spend a resource to keep him in play. So that was nice. Now Radagast will not exhaust, and I can spend 2 tactics resources to put in the Raiment of War. So now Grimbeorn is buffed up. That's really great. And we have nothing in staging. This is about as good as I could have hoped for. We are in a good spot for going into stage 2. So let's just send 6 again. We're up against nothing, and we need to make 1 progress. And we get Darkness in the East, Treachery. Raise each player's threat by X, where X is the threat of the active location. So I got to raise my threat by 2. And yes, we make enough progress easily to clear this, which places the second resource, and that means we will advance to stage 2. The Shadow of Mordor. When revealed, add 1 random set-aside plot objective to the staging area, and then we reveal an encounter card. All right, I have laid out all my plots like this with a token on each one, and now let's randomly pick one. Give the tokens a little shake, and we get green. Okay, so it's the middle one, so these other 2 get set aside to be used in a future game when I play this quest. Hopefully. Okay, let's see what we got. Ooh, oh boy, it's Sauron Worship. So it gets 1 damage token when it enters play, and then each player's threat elimination level is reduced by 1 for each damage token here. At the end of the round, place a damage token here. That's not great. That is a threat-related one. There are plots that don't have anything to do with threat. So that's something to keep our eye on. So our threat elimination level is currently 49. Now we got to reveal a card. It's a surgy little servant of Sauron, and then he engages me automatically. And then after the engaged player raises their threat, he's going to make an immediate attack against me, limit once per phase. Oh, that's terrible. And it surges into, oh gosh, another enemy messenger from Mordor. And when he's revealed, I either got to raise my threat by the active locations threat, which I cannot do, or he makes an attack against me. So all of a sudden, 3 enemies. I'm getting attacked 4 times. I did not have a plan for this. I can handle 3 attacks. That's why I felt safe keeping that enemy engaged with me, but 4... Okay. Okay, so Grimbeorn will defend this one, so it's 4 against 4. No shadow, okay. And then if he had a resource, he could actually kill this enemy. It's really annoying that he doesn't have a resource, because I could actually kill that enemy even though it's in the staging area. All right, let's look at what 2B has to say. 0 progress needed. After the active location leaves play as an explored location, reveal an encounter card, then place a resource token on this quest. We cannot advance unless there is 4 resource tokens on this quest. So the good news is I don't have to engage that enemy. I guess I was thinking I was when I first revealed it, but my threat is actually low enough that I don't need to worry about it. The bad news is no locations in play, which is the main way you place resource tokens on this quest. So yeah, I could be here for a while, and that's why threat can become an issue. All right, I am not going to engage that enemy. I'm getting attacked for 2, and I think I will have Meneldor defend. So Meneldor can take this, and no boost. Okay, Meneldor lives. He's going to take a damage. And then the Backstabber is attacking for 4, and this is still why having Grimbeorn defend kind of stunk, because if I defend with the Guardian, he leaves play, and I can't pay anything to keep him in. So, oh my gosh. Let's just add insult to injury, shall we? Okay, so Radagast defended that, took 1 damage, but my Eagle of the North is now in my discard pile. And yeah, I don't have anybody ready to kill this Backstabber, and I really like to kill at least one of these enemies. So I'm going to raise my threat by 3. I'm going to ready Eowyn. She is going to attack for 10 and kill this guy so I can get the evidence of the cult into the victory display and place a token on the quest. I just needed to get rid of at least one of these enemies because I was about to get overran. So some play experience coming in play here. I just knew not killing an enemy meant future death, most likely. All right, refresh phase. I have raised my threat, so that means after everybody readied, I am going to get attacked by this guy. So let's take it undefended, +1. Okay, no problem. So Grimbeorn had a bunch of hit points to spare, so I thought I could take this undefended, especially with Eorith on the table to heal off 3 of it. All right, cool. I didn't want to exhaust him. Resources gained, and the card we draw, please be helpful. That is very helpful. Eagles of the Misty Mountain. Okay, but I think the card I want to play right now is this Descendant of Thorondor, because he will deal 2 damage to an enemy in the staging area when he enters play. So let's get him into play with a discount from Radagast's staff, and we will deal 2 damage to that Messenger of Mordor up in staging, and he's also a good guy to attack or to chump with, and then deal damage to another enemy in staging if possible. Okay, so now I'm going to spend a lore resource and exhaust Eorith so I can almost heal Grimbeorn all the way up. And let's go into the quest phase. I don't need to make any progress because there's no active location, there's no progress to be made on the quest, so I think sending 8 is too much because Radagast doesn't exhaust. So let's keep back Meneldor. And I just remembered I never put a second damage token on that, so now my threat elimination level is 48. The card to reveal is Disappearances. All right, do I have any allies in my hand? I sure do. It's that Eagles of the Misty Mountain. It was my only card. Okay, so once again, Eagles of the Misty Mountain has left play. I have nothing to place progress on, so I'm not going to worry about that. I have quested successfully, and we will engage the messenger. So we have 2 enemies engaged with us. Highest engagement gets the first shadow. Grimbeorn is still ready. So is Radagast. So is the Descendant of Thorondor. So is the Winged Guardian. So I have defense covered. It's just a matter of who. All right, let's go 2 against 1. No shadow, so he's going to take 1 damage. I dropped the token on him incorrectly. I do fix that later. I realize it should only be a 1 damage. And then Grimbeorn defends here. He does not take any damage, and then he can use his ability to kill this guy, so that guy's dead. And then Meneldor and Radagast can attack for a total of 4 and take out this guy. Okay, well, we have completely cleared the board state. I mean, we have nothing. We have no locations, we have no enemies, and we have another damage token going on that plot, so our threat elimination level is 47. We also have no cards in hand, so I mean, we have nothing going on. Oh, look at that! The Eagles are back. All right, the Eagles are coming! Cool. So let's play the Eagles of the Misty Mountain with Radagast's staff doing a discount. When an eagle leaves play, they go underneath the Eagles of the Misty Mountain, and they boost his attack and defense by 1. All right, that's cool. So who's going to quest? Radagast doesn't exhaust. I guess just 6. 6 against nothing. Come on, location. Okay. Oh, this is great. It's a Treachery under guard. We resolve the travel effect of the active location, but if there is no active location, we discard cards until we get one. So that is good for this quest. So that's going to help me find an active location, or a location, I mean. And we get, oh, this is great, the Seedy Tavern. So it's a 2/5, it's immune, and then when it's explored, we reveal any cards under it, and to travel there, we take a look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck and put one under the Seedy Tavern face down. That's why shuffling in cards into the encounter deck for this quest is great. You have a good chance of finding the cards that you shuffled in with something like this. All right, I definitely want a location, so I'm going to put another Seedy Tavern. So I'll put a Seedy Tavern under the Seedy Tavern, and obviously questing was fine. We made lots of progress on a quest that doesn't need any, so side quests are good for this quest. And yeah, once again, we have nothing going on, so we will just go into the next round. So my threat is 38. My elimination level is 46. We get Meneldor. I already have Meneldor. That's my only card. All right, let's go questing. I haven't used the staff, so that means I'll be able to ready one of my creatures. So I can send 10. I want to make sure I clear this active location. And we get... okay, great. Another under guard. So I have to resolve the travel effect of the current active location, which is look at the top 5 and put a card underneath it. Oh, yes. Okay. And one of the cards was a clue. So I'm going to put that clue underneath the active location, which I just cleared. So a lot's going to happen. When the active location leaves play, we're supposed to reveal a card, then place a resource. But when this active location is explored, we're supposed to reveal the 2 cards underneath it. So one is a location and one is the clue, which is guarded by the next enemy I discard. And it's this little surgy dude, but you don't reveal it. You discard until you get an enemy. So that guy engages us immediately, and then we reveal an encounter card and then place the resource token. Ooh, Secret Cultists. Okay, very interesting card. When revealed, attached to the highest attack ally in play, it counts as a condition attachment with the text. Attached ally loses ally card type, gains the enemy card type, and engages its owner. Treat attached ally's text box as if it was blank. If Secret Cultist is discarded or the attached ally's owner is eliminated, discard the ally from play. So one of our allies is now actively trying to kill us, and I'm going to choose Meneldor with his 2 attack. That works. So Meneldor is now trying to kill us. It does not say remove tokens from the ally, so Meneldor still has 1 damage. All right, Meneldor is now an enemy. Awesome. Okay, so we got 2 enemies engaged with us. Now we'll travel to the Seedy Tavern, and I want to find a location to put under here. Now we do have a clue, but that's actually not that helpful. All right, let's add this location. Catacombs. It's a 4/4. While it's in the staging area, enemies in the staging area cannot take damage because you're underground. I love the flavor and the theme of some of these locations. Travel. We discard the top card of the encounter deck. If it's an enemy, we put it in play engaged with us. All right, so we want locations for the final stage of the game. We do not need to place resources on the final quest stage. We need to have an active location. So that goes underneath the Seedy Tavern, and we are engaged with an enemy that has a clue on it. And when we explore the Seedy Tavern, that'll give us our 4th resource on the quest. There I am remembering that the Descendant of Thorndeer should have only had 1 damage, not 2. Don't have many cards left in our deck, and we're getting attacked by Meneldor, and then this little surgy dude. Okay, the surgy dude is boosted, though. So let's deal out shadow cards. There we go. And there we go. Okay, let's not forget, Radagast's staff is still ready, so I can ready a creature ally, or I could send a non-unique creature up to the staging area. So I am going to exhaust Radagast's staff and ready my Eagles of the Misty Mountain. And now the Servant of Sauron is attacking for 3. So Grimbeorn will defend. He's defending for more than 3. The Shadow's nothing. Grimbeorn will spend a resource and kill this guy, even though he has a defense boost. Grimbeorn is attacking for enough, thanks to the Raiment of War, to kill this guy, which means we have freed the clue, and we get to place a resource on the main quest. So now all we got to do is clear that active location, and we will have 4. Okay, Meneldor is attacking us. That's not very nice. So we're getting attacked by an eagle. So we're going to go eagle against eagle. So the Eagle of Misty Mountain will defend evil Meneldor. And the shadow card says +1/+2 if we raised our threat this round. That's hard to remember. Like, that's a weird thing to have to keep track of. I don't think we've raised our threat, so he only gets an attack boost of 1. And then the Descendant of Thorndir by himself can kill Meneldor, which is kind of a shame. But Meneldor is an eagle, and Eagles of the Misty Mountain says after an eagle character leaves play. So that goes underneath the Eagles of the Misty Mountain and will now boost the defense and attack value of the Eagles of the Misty Mountain. We will go into the next round, raise our threat, get resources. I should be placing 1 more damage counter on the plot. I'm going to double the amount of cards I have by drawing 1, and it's Gandalf. That's huge. Okay, there we go. I put the resource down. Now, Gandalf. I can afford him. I'd love to draw cards, but I got to drop my threat, because my threat elimination level is currently 45, and my threat had creeped up to 29. No, 39. So we're going to drop it down to 34. There we go. That's a good looking board state. Let's play my only card I have left. I'll use Radagast's staff to reduce the cost to play Meneldor, and we will place 2 progress on the active location. So I only have to spend 1 resource to put Meneldor into play. And we should be able to advance to stage 3, the final stage of the game. So, yeah, okay. This is looking pretty good. I think I'm in about as good of a place as I could be to go into the final stage of the game. So we will send 2 with Meneldor, 2 with Radagast, and 4 with Eowyn. I want to make sure I clear this active location. We get the Hillside Manor. It's a 2/4. While it's in the staging area, we can't reduce our threat by more than 1. And to travel there, we have to discard a random card from our hand. That's actually going to be kind of tricky. Okay, so we cleared the active location. So this is how this all should work, if I did it in the right order. I should explore the active location, reveal the card underneath, then reveal an encounter card per the quest effect, then place the resource. That's the correct order. So I do everything, I just kind of mess up the order. So first I reveal the encounter card, and oh my god. It's a secret cultist, and I have Gandalf in play. I'm having Gen Con flashbacks, because that's exactly what happened at Gen Con. Wow. Okay, so now Gandalf is actively trying to kill me. That's awesome. I should have explored this location first. That goes into victory display. And so then I should be revealing the card underneath. It's just a location, so it didn't really matter that I did that in the wrong order. So this location, the Catacombs, is in play. To travel there, I discard the top card of the encounter deck, and if it's an enemy, I put it in play, engage with me. And the 4th resource token went on the quest, so now we go to stage 3. Leader of the Cult. When revealed, add 1 random set-aside cultist enemy to the staging area. Then we shuffle the discard pile into the encounter deck, and we discard cards until X enemies are discarded, where X is 1 less than the number of players, so we don't have to do the second part there. Each enemy that would have been discarded is added to the staging area. All right, let's find our leader of the cult. So here are our 3 cultist enemies. I'm going to do the token thing again. I don't really know which one's worse than the other. They're all decently terrible. It's more hard to kill them. That's the tricky part. All right, we dropped green. So these 2 are not going to be in play this game. And our cultist leader is the Governor. All right, 44 engagement, 3/4/3/8. He's immune. Forced, after a location is revealed from the encounter deck, the Governor engages the first player and makes an immediate attack. Okay, so how do we win? No progress needed. The cultists cannot take more than X damage each round, where X is the printed quest points of the active location. When the cultist enemy is defeated, the players win the game. So that's why I wanted to make sure I put a location underneath that CD Tavern. So now we're going to shuffle in the encounter deck, but we're not going, or the discard pile, but we're not going to discard cards until we get an enemy because it's one less than number of players. But we do have a full encounter deck again. So we definitely want a location to be active, and we want to just leave it as the active location, because if we ever run out of locations, we can't kill the cultists. All right, so let's travel here. We discard the top card. Okay, great. Not an enemy, so we don't need to worry about that. The governor's threat is 44, so we don't need to engage him. So let me figure out if it's possible to take on the governor and actually do damage. I don't think so. I got Gandalf attacking me, and I see I left Grimbeorn exhausted on accident, so I think I'm kind of confused about why he's exhausted, and I can't remember what happened, but I don't need him. So we'll just get attacked by Gandalf. We will just get attacked by Gandalf. Like, that's an everyday occurrence. Okay, Gandalf attacking for 4. The Winged Guardian will defend. No shadow, so I can spend a resource to keep the Winged Guardian in play if I want, but I have no resources. So the Winged Guardian will go underneath the Eagles of the Misty Mountain, and the Eagles of the Misty Mountain are now attacking for 4. Descendant of Thorndeer is attacking for 2, and Radagast is attacking for 2. So I can kill Gandalf. So Gandalf is going to leave play. And like I said, if I had remembered to keep Grimbeorn up, he really couldn't have done anything. He could have defended, but with no resource to spend to deal 1 damage to the governor, there really would have been no point. It's okay that I forgot to ready Grimbeorn. Luckily, if I would have had a second enemy engage me, I think I would have been really confused about what was happening. Okay, going into the next round, the active location has 4 printed quest points, so I can do 4 damage to the governor, and I draw a second Gandalf. He's back! I think he's changed his mind. Okay, I'm good again. Okay, so I can't afford him. We are up against 5 threat, and I do not want to clear this active location, so I need to quest carefully. So let's see. Eowyn would be 4. Meneldor would be 6, so that means, yeah, let's send a little more. So then no matter what, I can't clear it. All right, 8 against 5, and we get, okay, a clue, which is kind of useless, so we discard until we get an enemy. Okay, there we go. There goes another secret cultist, and we get the Servant of Sauron. It does not surge because you discard then add. All right, that guy engages me, so I add 3 of the 4 progress, so now I got to be really careful. I can do 4 damage to the governor, so let's engage him and try to deal the 4 damage I'm allowed to do this round. I think the only way I can deal 4 damage for sure is if I take this attack undefended. So an attack of 3, and then no boost. All right, Grimbeorn has a lot of hit points. So Grimbeorn takes the damage, and then Eorith can heal him up. So Raiment of War is just really nice for giving him those +2 hit points. Alrighty, and now Grimbeorn can defend against the governor. And Grimbeorn is defending for 4. It's an attack of 4. And then Grimbeorn can't reduce the governor's defense if he triggers his ability. So he can only swing back for 4, and that would deal 1 damage. But if I use Radagast's staff to ready the Eagles of the Misty Mountain plus Descend the Thorndeer, I can do the 4 damage. Okay, so I don't need to trigger Grimbeorn's response to deal 1 damage. Okay, Grimbeorn is fine. And then, like I said, there's no point in triggering his response when I have enough attack on the board. So there's 2, there's 4, and Radagast adds 2 more. So we can do an attack of 8, and we're allowed to put 4 damage. Grimbeorn says the enemy gets -2 defense, but because the governor is immune to player card effects, I cannot reduce his defense. I can still trigger Grimbeorn's response and attack. I just can't reduce the governor's defense by 2. All right, well, that's pretty good. Let's go into what is hopefully the final round of the game. I'm at 36 threat, and my threat elimination level is 43. We draw Beorn. There's a great target for that skin changer. Okay, I have enough resources to play Gandalf. I can only drop my threat by 1 because of the Hillside Manor. I could draw cards, so I have more cards in hand in case I get disappearances. The only card I have is an ally, so I'd like to have some other cards in hand. Let's just kill this guy, get rid of that attack. And the clue lets us place a resource on the quest, but that does nothing. So I can either underquest and keep this catacombs as my active location, or I can assume I'm not going to reveal disappearances, and I'll be able to discard Beorn to travel to that Hillside Manor. I'm worried if I reveal a 4th threat location, and then I get something else that raises my threat, I could threat out. I don't know. All right, I'll quest for 6. What do I get? Okay, I get another Hillside Manor. It's a location, though, so the governor's going to attack me. So he's attacking, and Gandalf will defend. No shadow? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have just let my threat go up. I guess I took a risk, but I could have always just traveled to the Hillside Manor next turn with the card I drew, but whatever. All right, I clear the active location. I have to discard a random card to travel here. So I have Beorn, so I will just discard Beorn and travel there. So there we go. And now we have another attack of 4 coming. Eagles of the Misty Mountain will take this, so it's 4 against 4. And the shadow we get is either raise your threat by 2 or attacking enemy cannot take damage this round. Okay, see? Right there, 2 more threat. So if my threat had gone up by 4, if I had revealed a 4th threat location and only quested for 2, I think I would have won the game with 1 threat to spare. So I knew it was going to be close. I just didn't want my threat to go up a whole bunch. I knew it was getting close. All right, I have enough characters to kill the governor, so we do win the game. Thinking back, so I think I made the right call by just assuming I wasn't going to reveal disappearances and not having my threat go up. This quest, I've played it enough times. I just know it really makes your threat go up, and you have to assume that you could lose that way, especially with the plot that I had going against me. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that video, and take care. Bye-bye.